Hello, hello guys. Happy Sunday. Just give me 1 second here to pull up the live on my other screen so I can see your comments. There we are. Okay. Oh, happy Sunday comments. Speakers, hello. There we go. All right. Oh, jeez. Wow, double, triple echo. All right. Speakers do not want to work, so we're going to turn them off. Hi guys, hope you guys are all having a great Sunday. I'm Allison Cope, and today we are going to play with the fun pop-up cards from Photoplay. So these are great little packages. Photoplay has a whole bunch of different ones, and they have different styles and designs for fun interactive cards. So they're really easy to make because not only does it have all the contents to make a card, but the instructions are easy peasy and on the inside of each package, which is great. So, and they make a variety of these, so lots of fun. So we're going to make a pop-up card today, and that card is going to feature some all in create. These are called, this is called Dog Attitude, and there's some really funny dogs on this. There's they're bulldogs. This guy's kind of got some floppy ears. It's kind of hard to see. This guy is wearing a tutu and fairy wings, and he's kind of dressed up as a little bee. He's got antennae. And this guy's got a balloon attached to his tail and another little tutu guy, and he's got a little crown. So absolutely adorable. And we're also going to be using the Hefty Doodle. This is called Dotty Lottie Stencil, and it's kind of fun. It's just kind of random, odd shaped circles, and we're going to do some stenciling. All right. Hi, Beth. Warm Sunday. It's cold here. We're actually getting snow at this very moment. So because this card is going to take a little bit longer to make, I'm going to go right in. We're going to get right started. And we're going to start by just kind of looking at our card because we're going to do some stenciling first. Okay, so this card contains 2 pieces. So you have your card base, which is already got the score lines on it, which is great. I'm not going to quite score and fold it yet. And then it has this piece here, which is your inner pop-up. So this is what it's going to make. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So it just pops up on that little piece there, and that's this inner piece. And it's got 2 score lines on one side and a score line on the other. And we're going to do stenciling on both of these before we go and fold them. Okay, so we're going to start on our large piece. I'm going to use our Hefty Doodle stencil, but I wanted to ask you guys, hi Rhea, if you, now I have Flirty Fuchsia and Party Dress on the repertoire, but if you guys would like to see another color, what color would you like to see? Do colors that are kind of side by side on the color wheel. So for instance, if you wanted to do an orange, do like an orange and a red, or an orange and yellow. You guys suggest a color palette if you don't want to do this. And then it will structure our card that way. So if you got a suggestion, Beth or Rhea, that you'd like to see, let me know and we'll do that today. Because I have my inks right over there, and it'll be a quick grab. While you guys are typing something in, I'm just going to get stuff out of my way. These are fine. You don't want to do another color. Now, I can change up the purple and the pink, though. Let's see. How about we do a different shade here? How about Pixie Dust and Be Mine? So we're still in the same boat. We'll just change it up just slightly. Sound good? All right. Now, for this one, we are going to be using a fair amount of masking because it just makes the job so much easier. So we have our score line, And because I don't want to get anything on the back of my card, we're going to use some low-tack tape. This is a Hefty Doodle tape. It's wonderful. Just going to put it down that score line. Sorry, I have to... There we go. And it's just going to mask off the back of my card. It just makes it so much easier. So now this stencil is 6 by 6 and my card is 6.5. So we're just going to leave a void at the top and a void at the bottom because trying to layer, too confusing. It's too hard. So we're literally going to mask that off too. All right. So I'm just going to grab my thinner tape here. You can always alter your design to fit your stencil, right? Because why do we want to fuss? So we'll make it easier on ourselves. So we're, not only are we masking that void at the top of our card and bottom of our card, we're also tacking down our stencil. So I'm also going to tack it down on this side. I'm not so much worried about this side. Okay, we're going to start with our Be Mine. And I'm just going to grab my, I need just a piece of scratch paper here, just to dab off on. We will clean my desk as we go here. Yes, please introduce yourself. Hi, Melissa. Okay, so we're going fairly light. Not only will that give us a different look than doing a very heavy duty on the ink, but it'll make it a little faster today. We've got a fair amount of card work to do, so I don't want to take it too long today. I am actually over at our rental right now. I still haven't moved my desk over to the new house. We have an overlap of about 5 more weeks yet, so until I get proper, actually, I don't have any plugs in my room, so I gotta wait till my plugs are put in. My husband's supposed to do that this week. Listening to the freezing rain, that's not nice. Okay, so because we're changing colors and I want to move our stencil around a bit, we're going to peel up this. Now you could absolutely leave it as a single, but let's do some layered stuff. So this is how I'm going to clean my stencils on camera. I'm just going to take my spray bottle and hope that I don't hit my card. And I just got my handy microfiber cloth. We'll give it a quick wipe. And I always make sure I wipe the table because it goes through the stencil, and then wipe the back too because it will go under the stencil because it's so damp. Okay, easy peasy. Now, this is the way we had it, but I want to change it up so that those are a little bit, the polka dots now show a little bit different. Now, I am going to line up this part of the stencil. And if you guys hear any banging, it's because my husband is in the carport, which is like literally off the wall here. He's loading stuff onto our trailer, and it's big stuff. Okay, pixie dust. Okay, bring in our little scrap of paper. I'm hoping this one is juicy enough because I haven't re-inked this one in a while. Okay, just a nice soft layer. And of course you can kind of see some of those dots right through the stencil, so we're going to have some overlap, and that's kind of fun. And I rotated my stencil too, just so that it doesn't look like the same dots. Okay, almost done. Like I said, we're just going pretty light, just making sure that everything's kind of even. Okay, let's peel this up and do a little reveal. There we go. Look at that. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to set our stencil aside here. Okay. We do not need these masks anymore, but I may use them again. Okay. So we're going to set this off to the side. I'm going to go now to this piece. So like I said, we're going to do some multiple stencils. And the side that has the double score line, that's the one I want on the right hand side. So we're going to use this previous mask. Ba-ba-da-da. And we're going to do the same here on the other. I'm going for the innermost score lines. And then this time, I'm going to bring in a tried and true. This is a MFT cloud stencil. And we're going to go a little bit on the bottom. We're going to use that same pixie dust. Okay. And I'm just going to pick different spots in my stencil. See how it leaves a little bit of a void? And then I'm going to rotate my stencil too. And I want this just to be a soft, cloudy scene. And you don't have to go hog wild. You can just do 2 or 3. It doesn't have to be fully covered. So there we go. And they can be subtle where you don't see them on the other side, and that's cool too. Okay. There's that. We're going to do one more little bit of stenciling. So we are going to use this again. I'm just going to wipe up any excess ink off my desk surface. Hi, Teresa. Okay, sorry if I've missed your comments here. Okay, so this is the front. We're going to flip it. We're also going to stencil a little bit on the inside. So again, I'm going to use our piece of masking tape. This is Heffy Memo tape. And there we go. And then again, we're going to bring in our MFT stencil. And we're just going to add a little bit of color. Sometimes it's fun to decorate the inside of your card. So we're just doing a soft, soft, soft layer. And I'm kind of doing it like a little darker in this corner and fading up to the opposite corner. And you know what? Let's just leave it at that. Let's not even bother with the stencil. The stencil is okay not to do. I'll show you my original though. It's you can't see a lot of it anyway. Okay. There we go. That stenciling is done. Perfect. So this is going to go on the inside. So see how the gradient kind of just helps make it look like it's supposed to be there. And that's why we did the inside of the card too. Okay. Peeling off. We're going to set our card aside. Okay. Now, the one thing I wanted to do was we're going to add a little bit of paint to this. I think we have time here. I am going to very quickly mask off this. This is just going to make it faster. And I'm just going to hold down my piece of paper. We're going to use some gold here. I need my spray bottle. Where did I put that? We're going to use this color of gold. Oh, and this is not clean. Okay. So with these, the pigment is very, very thick. So you have to stir that water up and get those pigments to pull off the surface so that you have pigments in your water. So you don't have to be too aggressive with it, but if you don't do that, then it's just like splattering water. So, and I'm just using a small brush for this. I find the smaller the brush, the smaller the splatter, and I'm not a big splatter girl, like a big blobby splatter. I like mine petite and fine. The other thing to use if you want a fine splatter is to use a toothbrush. So if you have an old toothbrush hanging around, great to add splatter. And I'm adding a flick of color. Okay, done. We're going to set this aside to dry. Oops, and my pencil my paintbrush just fell on the floor. Okay, now I've gone ahead, because I knew this was going to take a little bit of time here. I've already stamped out our cute little dogs with attitude today, and we are going to color them with Copics. Okay, and they're just too adorable. So let's see if I can pull you guys in a little bit. Give me 1 second as I fix my camera and make sure that we're centered here. Okay, so I've already colored the body of one because I just wanted to make it faster because this card was going to take a little bit more time. Okay, so we're going to go and start with the body of the other dude over here. And we're using T's, T5, T3, T1, and we're going to go with it. Okay, I tend to start dark and go light, but you can do whatever you prefer. So I always tell myself a story when it comes to coloring things like this. I gotta, hang on, remove thy glasses so I can see. You have to excuse my band-aid. I have wrecked my nails with this whole moving business. Yes. And renovating all at the same time. Not fun, let me tell you. So we're just putting in the shadows wherever we kind of think there's going to be a shadow. And I've kind of picked the left side for shadows. And we're just basically coloring everything in that would cast a shadow, and we're thickening up some of the pieces, like there would be quite a bit of shadow underneath his ear. And there we go. So tell me, guys, what was the last thing that you created? I'm very curious. We're just going down the sides of his body too. Little bit on his other foot back there. And we're going to do a little bit down like his nose. Shade a little bit. He's got a cute little mug. A little tiny bit kind of to make his bottom lip kind of stick out. Because that's too cute around his nose here. What was the last thing that you guys created at home? Cooking and watching. What you cooking, Melissa? The one in the tutu is hilarious. I know, Teresa. He totally cracks me up. I think it's the way that he's looking at you, like, oh, what do you think of my tutu? I don't really care. He's got his dogitude on. Yeah. So we're just now kind of tracing those shadow lines. Just making them a little fatter, is how I kind of say. And just thickening up those lines, because we're going to make him like a gray-bodied dude. Just putting a little extra shading on his ears. And up there, around his snoot. We're going to go underneath his chinny chin. We're going to make his lip a little extra pouty. And there we go. And we're going to do like his markings, almost black. Whoop, I forgot down here. There we go, underneath. So we're just fattening up those lines. And then our lightest one is going to be T1. Ray is making Christmas cards. That a girl. I think Christmas cards are my favorite to make. I tend to make them all year round. I don't know about you guys, but I don't send out a huge amount. But if you get ahead, during the year, you kind of have like a little stash. I make a lot of Christmas cards into like starting kind of September or even August. Okay, we're just going over with that T1. I'm not worrying about his nose, getting his forehead, trying not to go over that cute little tooth. And I'm not even worried about going over those patches either, because they're going to be darker than this color. So there's his body. He's fairly light, and of course we can go in. If you add additional layers, it will darken, okay, with Copics. There we go. A little bit more down his body. Okay, we're going to do his, it's kind of like his polka dots. Teresa says, working on a card for my dad's birthday next weekend. Oh, that's good. All right, so this is a T7. This is kind of the mid-tone we're going to use. I am going to do a little bit darker tonal or a T marker. In 1 second, I'm just putting this down as kind of the base coat. If you're looking for a great blend, sometimes it's nice to put down a base color first, and we're going to go around those eye patches. And then what it does is it preps your paper for additional ink, so that when you come in to do your next color, the paper's already wet, so it accepts ink even better, and it allows you to blend things. Okay, there we go. So we're going to do a tiny little bit more shading with the dark tones here. We're going to go a T9, which is quite dark. And I'm just going to kind of flick it up. And it just, what it does is, it's just like shading, but it's shading for black, right? Because it's just like white. White is never like really white when you look at it, because you still have to create shadows with it. Again, I'm just adding shadow to my black. Simple, easy. Okay. He's looking good. All right, because we really didn't change the color palette, I've already chosen some purples and reds to accommodate everything. But let's give them some blue pupils. This is a B01. I'm just dotting it right over their pupils. We're going to do this grumpy little fella too. Again, he cracks me up. The All and Create have some amazing stamp sets. So if you're looking for like a new company, check these guys out, because they are really, really cool. Okay, we're going in with an RV10. And I'm going to give this guy a little bit of a pink snoot. And he's going to have some pink cheeks. There and there. And this guy's going to also have a pink snoot. And he's also going to be, he's got some rouge on for his costume, right? I think it'd be really cute to color him like a bumblebee and put like stripes on his skirt. That'd be freaking hilarious. Okay, let's do a base of our pink here on his cute little fairy or bumblebee wings. I mean, bees can be pink and purple, right? All right. Let's go in. Oh, you know what? You guys let me know, purple or pink balloon. And I will just add some pink to his hat. We're going to go every other. Pink or purple for the balloon. I know the bumblebee wouldn't. It'd be freaking hilarious. Okay, we're just adding a little bit of shading to the side of his hat. I'm going to darken his nose. We're going to do the same here and darken his nose. Oh, the toad. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of give it some funky little lines. Da, 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 da. Like super, super simple. Okay. There's pink. Rhea says pink. Okay. Thank you, Rhea, for putting links in. Okay. Purple skirt. Okay, so this is our light. No. Let's go V01 for our lightest. And I'm going to put a base coat. Oh my god, can't talk today. Down. And you know what? Maybe we'll make his skirt striped, just like the bee would have on his body. But let's put down a base coat first. Dun, 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 dun. Make sure we don't color his arm purple. We want to make sure his skirt. And because we got the purple out, we'll do the other stripes on his party hat. We'll do the bumblebee antennae in a momento. Okay. V15. Let's do a little tiny bit of shading with this first. So I'm going to go down because it's a pleated skirt. Okay, there's going to be a little bit of shadowing down in those valleys of that fabric. So that's all we're doing, is just kind of putting a line. And sometimes you see like the whole valley, like there. I'm just assuming that we can see the whole valley. And this one. And this one. And this little fella. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Like what's fun is that these are basically cartoons. And if you guys have ever watched cartoons, you know. Okay, let's put some stripes on his hat here because it's a pate. And he needs some straps on his pate hat. Okay. All right, let's put some stripes on this. This fantastic skirt. Okay, sometimes you just have to pick a spot, and just know that you have hills and valleys. So sometimes you see the valley and sometimes you see the hill. So just look at the fabric, folds, and it kind of tells you. And of course, sometimes you can see the whole thing. So we'll put one on the inner skirt. Let's do one on the outer line of that skirt. So you're only going to see part of the line a lot of the time around here. And then see how it folds. You're going to see both the line on that. And you're going to see the line all the way on that. And then it changes to the other side where you're only going to see one side of the stripe. But I still think that this would be hilarious. Done striped like a bee. Okay, and let's do his little antennae. He doesn't look too impressed that someone has stuck this all on him. I don't know if I'd be impressed either if I was a puppy and somebody dressed me up like a bumblebee. Okay, we're going to go back to our balloon here. And what I want to do is see these little doohickeys right here. They look like kind of C's. I want to keep them as our balloon highlight, so I'm not going to color them in. Okay, so we're going to go around those doohickeys. Now, of course, I've gone out the line. Oh, well. And we're going to leave a little bit of a highlight on our balloon. Let's go in with a medium tone here. And we're just going to make that just a little bit lighter. Now, this one's a little bit different in color, so we're just going to go over everything, and that helps blend everything. Oh, there we go. I'm going to go in and just add a little touch more pink to match the balloon. Okay, and you know what? I'm also going to add this pink into his wings, so that way everything's cohesive from front to card center. You know what? Let's darken up his snooty. Do a little schnooty darkening there too. Okay, there. So now there's cohesiveness between the two images. I'm just going to finish fussy cutting the rest of this little guy here. And I fussy cut them ahead of time because I knew fussy cutting takes some time, right? And I didn't want to spend too much time fussy cutting on camera for you guys because it's kind of boring. But I always say the one thing to fussy cutting is move the paper, not the scissors. Okay? Alright, let's put these off to the side for the momento. Okay. Aren't they freaking adorable? Okay, we're going to bring back our card base and we're going to bring back our pop-up part. Now, we need some really good adhesive. And we also need the bone folder. Okay, so I'm going to fold this first. Okay. Come on, little fella. Just want to make sure that our card edges are lined up. There we go. Good press. There we go. Hang on one second. Let's pull you guys, if I can. Oh, hang on. Just want to make the screen a little bit bigger if I can. There we go. That's a little better. So we're not so zoomed in. Okay. Okay, little fella, you gotta stay. Okay. Sienna says, I'm working on Easter cards. Atta girl. Yes, because Easter is only, is it 2 weekends away now? Something like that. Yes. I'm lucky enough that I get to go home for Easter. I haven't been home for quite some time. Home to me is Ontario. That's where I grew up and that's where my entire family lives. So I'm looking forward to seeing my sister and my nephews and my brother-in-law and my mom. Yeah. Okay. So this little fella. Oh no. I got some smoots on him. That's not very nice. It's probably off my bone folder. Okay. So this little thing has got to go on the inside of our card here to be our step. Okay. So let's put some adhesive on this little piece first. All right. Sierra, are you using die cuts? Are you using stamps? What kind of things are you making to put on your Easter cards? I've got only 1 or 2 Easter cards that I have made so far. I'm kind of behind. Okay, so we're going to find a pretty little place for this. And I'm literally going to close the card down on that surface. There we go. And then we're going to put adhesive on this surface, which is now folded. Okay. And I like to use creative tape or suang tape, however they indicate it in the store. It's called creative tape, and I swear by this stuff. I kind of hoard it. This is my recommended. I think this is 3/8 inch. They make all kinds of widths. They even make like 6x6 pieces, which are handy for doing all kinds of die cutting and stuff like that. Highly recommend this. Love it. It's also called score pal tape. Okay. So this time, we're just making sure that this is bent down. And we just want to make sure that this comes out to like a 90-degree angle. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder to make sure that it's good and pressed down. underneath. So there we go. So we have our pop-up, see? Super simple. And then we have to glue on these little fellers. Yes, it's hard to be away from family. So we have been out here on the west, not west coast, but in the west for, let's see, Spencer is going to be 18. So since he was 3, so 15 years now. And my family has been in Ontario pretty much the whole time. We've had other family move out to BC. That's where we first initially moved to. I'm gonna use my, oh, you know what? I did a boo-boo. I put glue on the balloon and I shouldn't have. Okay, let me show you how to fix this. It's really not that hard to fix. So I just need a scrap. Hoping that's big enough. I always have. So instead of wiping off the glue, I'm just going to put something on it. Okay. Now this is the pain in the pooch part. Is that you know how to fussy cut that part back out, and I just undercut it a little bit, trying not to rip off his balloon. The other thing too is you could dust it with your powder tool, anti-static powder tool, and just do that and get rid of the stickiness. So we're going to put him flying with his balloon. We might have to press him in there. Okay. So on my original card, I had made a boo-boo. This had accidentally stuck to this part. So I'm like, how am I going to fix this? So what I did is I grabbed my Hero Arts Stampin' Cut XL. These are amazing. This one is called Birthday Stamp and Cut XL. This is in the shop. And it comes with 2 huge die cuts and then these amazing sentiments to go with it. So to cover up my boo-boo, I took a piece of black cardstock and cut it out, used this. And then I cut it out again in a pink cardstock to kind of match. I was kind of hoping it would be a little better match, but that's okay. And then I inserted it in there and it covers up my boo-boo completely. Yeah, so in order to then make it match the outside, I hadn't glued it down this little fella yet, so I put a black strip there. So now it all matches. And that was my thought process there, because sometimes, you know what, we all screw up. I've put things on upside down this week. Yeah, it's been a doozy. So we need to put this little fella on, and I'm debating whether we should put a little strip of black or we can color our own. Maybe we'll color our own. This is how you matchy match things. So I'm just gonna grab, I need a thinner piece of paper. Hang on 1 second. Hang on, hold the horses. Okay, so I'm gonna use my Prism Studio. This is Snowdrop. This paper I like. This is new to the Scrap and Stamp store, and they have an amazing array of all kinds of colors. And I know Rhea just put lots of metallics in there. So if you want to try a new company, try Prism Studio. They have all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, I'm gonna bring in my trimmer. And Rhea also brought in the trimmer, the new trimmer from Tim Holtz, which I gotta save my pennies up, but I definitely need it. I love this trimmer. The new one is a rotary cutter, but it can actually do a full page, and that's what I've been missing out on, is being able to cut like the 8.5, or sorry, the 11 inch part of the paper. Okay, so, okay, do you guys want to do a pink or a purple stripe to match, to put under this guy? Pink or purple? You guys decide. Yes, this guy has, this one I put polka dots on. This one we just kind of did stripes, sort of. Mini stripes. So purple or, Rhea says purple. Okay. Easy peasy. Okay, let's put my card aside before I go and ink it. Now, you could absolutely just go ink to paper, but because we applied such a light touch before, we'll use our brush and do light touch again. So this piece is a little bit longer than what we need, so we'll just tape the ends, and we will make ourselves our own colored paper. And I'm just using a very small light amount of ink, and layer until you get the color that you need. Make sure you go in all circles to catch both edges, otherwise it looks funny. So if you do it a circular motion coming from both sides of that paper, it will look more uniform in color. And who doesn't love a fabulous brush? Best tool invented in the last few years, 100%. Okay, I highly recommend getting brushes with white bristles. Okay. Okay, there, see? Custom colored piece of cardstock. And we're gonna put this down. And we're gonna put our tutu fella. Ha, our tutu, he's so cute. He's too cute. All right, let's add a little bit of adhesive. And I'm just gonna go down both sides and we're gonna trim it. So, okay. Hoping that it looks straight. I hope so. There we go. Okay, and then we're just flip over the card. And you can trim it from the back. Holy, can't talk. Because that way you always make sure that it's right on that edge. There we go. And let's add this crazy little tutu. So, I am going to send somebody this card and a little gift. So if you have commented today, at the end of the live, I am going to pick one winner. They will get the card and my little gift. And all you have to do is make sure that you have a comment somewhere on the live. You still have a few minutes left to comment if you're kind of sitting in the background today. So make sure you comment. I'll pick a winner. Okay, little fella, get on there. And there we go. And I'm not going to put a sentiment on this one. Because, you know, every day, everybody needs party hats and balloons. It doesn't matter if it's a birthday or not. So there's our cute little all in create puppies. They're so adorable, and they have lots of different critters. So make sure you check out the store. Now, we have some fun things going on. Rhea says, pick me, pick me. See, Sierra says, I'm getting a Spellbinders Glimmer hot foil machine. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, Teresa says, I'm saving up for the new Tim Holtz trimmer too. Wonderful. Okay, so if you have received the Scrap and Stamp email, you will know that if you make a purchase of any Catherine Pooler product in the shop, you will be entered to win the Canadian Adventure prize package. Okay, and this is the contents of what the prize package will contain. So this is the O Canada stamp set, the O Canada dies to go with it. Okay, perfect. You'll get the Forever Maple stencil and the Forever Maple dies. So this is actually paired so that when you do your stenciling, you can actually use this die to cut out your leaves, which is really cool. And the Moose Crossings 6x6 pattern paper, and there's all kinds of really cute patterns in this. And there's 8 unique designs and 24 sheets of paper, and this is a really nice 80-pound cardstock, so it's really heavy duty. Plus, there's also a container of Yukon sequins, which I don't happen to have. But if you purchase any of the CP products between now and March 30th, you'll be entered to win this prize package. And I 100% give 2 thumbs up to Catherine Pooler products. I've worked for Catherine for, I want to see 8 or 9 years now as one of her brand ambassadors. And I highly recommend Nutter inks. I mean, obviously. Oop, turning out my lights here. I highly recommend her inks. They're my favorite inks of all time. But her stamps and dies and all her products are really cool. And you can help me out by using my affiliate link, which I will lay down in the comments section once I'm done here. I'd really appreciate that. And that's it. Rhea, there was another thing about a sale too. Something about a birthday sale. Do you have any other things that you want me to talk about? Yes, you love there you go. Oh, and so because I am one of the brand ambassadors for Catherine Pooler, there is a YouTube hop. Okay, so I think there's 6 of us, seven of us possibly. You can also go and comment on the hop to win a gift certificate to the CP store. Not that I want to promote Catherine's store here, but no, shop Canadian. But I have a video over there creating a fun card using these products too. Hi, Wanda. So make sure if you'd like to check out Catherine Pooler stuff, or if you want to try out her inks, try out her minis. They come in packages of 8, so you get 8 inks to a pack. So if you want to try it out, the mini packs are a really great way to try that out. So Reyes is not a sale, but she says $15 off any purchase of $75 or more, and it's automatic. It's automatically done in the system. So if you want to shop, $15 off, yeah, fill your cart. And the last thing I want to show you, 2 seconds. So, because I love this stencil so much, that on Tuesday, when we do our Technique Tuesday, we're going to be using this stencil. And I just want to kind of show you what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to show you how to step up your stencils. So if you'd like to join me at 11 Mountain Time on Tuesday, we're going to be doing that. We're going to be playing with this stencil. So yeah. Awesome. And of course you can always hit up the replay if you want any tips or tricks, and I will see you on Tuesday. And and give me 1-2 minutes and I will post the winner of the card and my little gift. Thanks so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you guys on Tuesday, and if you can't join me live, then you can always hit that replay button. So thanks guys. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.